Hello everyone and welcome to Nightingale. Today we are going to see an immortal game, it is called as an immortal game, which was played between Adolf Anderssen and Lionel Kieseritzky in 1851. So I hope you enjoy this video, and without further ado, let's get started. Adolf Anderssen is playing with the white pieces and Lionel Kieseritzky is playing with the black. So we get e4, e5 and f4, the king's gambit. Now black captures on f4 and bishop to c4. Black comes in with this queen check, queen to h4, and king slides to f1. Till now it's pretty simple and pretty decent. Now for some reason Kieseritzky plays pawn to b5. Now this is in 1950s, so I guess it was a very common move back then. It is called as the Brian counter gambit. Bishop takes on b5 and knight to f6, followed by knight to f3 and attack on the queen. So queen has to move somewhere. So queen goes back to h6, then we get d3. This d3 move protects this pawn as well as attacks this pawn here, and like kind of x-raying the queen as well. So in order to protect this pawn, knight goes to f5. This protects this pawn, and we play knight to h4. Now the whole idea of knight to h4 is that this here, this knight of black, this black's knight cannot jump to this square, which is g3, in order to fork the king and the rook. And after the pawn takes on g3, there is a direct attack on the rook. We can, of course, Adolf Anderssen can lose the rook and the game might have been different. So this is an important move. Next, we have knight. So after knight to h4, queen to g5 is played, protecting this pawn. Then we have knight to f6. It attacks the king as well as it's a really good developing move. Then we get c6, attacking the bishop again, followed by g4, attacking this knight here. We gain a tempo on the knight. Knight goes to f6, followed by rook to g1. This protects this pawn here, preventing the black queen from capturing this pawn. So next move from black is c captures on b5. Now this bishop was anyways not doing much, so c captures on b5 is a good move, I would say. And Adolf Anderssen does get some compensation for this move. Even though he loses his bishop, he attacks the queen, so the queen has to move somewhere with pawn to h4, and this pawn is protected by this knight, so you cannot actually take it. So queen has to move and queen goes to h6. Sorry, queen goes to g6. Apologize me for my wrong. Queen goes to g6, then h5, queen to g5, queen to f3. Now the idea of queen to f3 is after bishop takes this pawn, which is on f4, the black queen is completely trapped. So in order to make some space, the knight goes back to his original square. The black knight has to go back to his original square, followed by bishop takes f4, queen to f6, and knight to c3, attacking this pawn as well as controlling this square, because in future you want to jump here and from here you can attack the queen, so gain a tempo on the queen. That's pretty simple. Now black plays bishop to c5. this gains a tempo on the rook. It's directly attacking the rook, and here is where you will see the turning point in the match. Even though the rook is hanging, white decides to jump his knight forward to d5 and attack the queen. So since queen is under attack, so it has to move somewhere. If the queen steps on the wrong square, then black will lose this game, and it wouldn't be a good thing. So queen captures on b2. Now both the rooks are hanging. As you can see, the queen is attacking this rook, the bishop is attacking this rook. So for a normal person, our idea would be to save the rook or either one of those rooks, or probably move the king here to so that we could connect both the rooks here. But this was Adolf Anderssen, and the reason why this game is called as the Immortal Game, you will come to know now. He doesn't give a damn about it and plays bishop to d6. It restricts the king. Now this bishop also attacks this bishop, and you cannot practically take here because then knight will take because knight is guarding this bishop. So, and it will be with a check for, so it wouldn't be a good idea. So black decides to capture this rook. Now you can capture this bishop, but Adolf Anderssen had something else in mind. So he's, he says, okay, no problem, and plays e5. Now this is something that is a valuable move, and you will understand why he played e5. The idea of e5 is to cut this queen of this square, which is an important square, and you'll realize why. Because Adolf Anderssen just finishes the game in style after this. After e5, queen takes this other hanging rook with a check, so you cannot practically take this bishop as well. So therefore king has to move somewhere. So king moves to e2, and knight to a6 in order to prevent this knight from jumping in with a check. So, but anyways, there is where the real magic starts. And Adolf Anderssen plays knight takes f3 with a check. Now the king cannot move anywhere because this square is protected by this bishop. The knight here protects these two squares, so the only legal square is here for the king. So king moves to d8. Now even though he is down by 10 points of material and 2 pawns, I'm talking about Adolf Anderssen, he decides to sacrifice his queen. And that is why this game is called as the game of the as an immortal game, because this move actually makes it an immortal. And after, because after queen to f6, there is no actually legal square where king could move, because this is controlled by this square, this knight. The queen checks the king, the bishop cuts out these squares, and the knight here cuts out these squares. So the only way uh, you can prevent the only way for the only move for black, sorry, is knight takes queen on f6. This is the only move that black has, because it's a zugzwang. Otherwise there is no practical way to save your king. Therefore knight has to take the queen, and here comes the ultimate blow, bishop to e7 checkmate, and that's the game. I hope you loved this video, and if you really enjoyed it, considering giving it a thumbs up, and do subscribe to my channel, and I will be posting such chess game videos regularly. So thanks for watching and have a nice day.